Hey, this is Rick Ruhl from Everybody's Nightmare.
Hey, Rick, how you doing, man?
Oh, man, hanging out. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. It's good to hear from you. I'm glad to be talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Guys got a brand new album out called Grind.
Yes, sir. Grinding away.
Grinding away. I know. I saw that, and I like that. I like that a lot. Your new single's very cool, and the video is very cool. Loco Crazy with drag racing and motorcycles and all that sort of thing. What was the concept for that video? What made you come up with it, I should say?
Well, the video and the song it's just kind of about being an American, I guess, in a way, but it kind of stems all the way back to 9/11 and all that kind of stuff. It's just you mess with us, we're gonna mess back. I guess that's what I'm saying.
I like that. And you guys are actually you're hitting the road pretty soon, doing a handful of tour dates.
Oh yeah, man, we're taking off. I think we're taking off in May, early May. I'm doing a couple of runs. Then we're coming back, and then we're going overseas, doing 2 little runs over there, and then coming back. And I think we're going to just hit the United States as much as we possibly can.
Now, let me ask you about going overseas. Where are you guys going over there?
We're going to the UK.
Okay, because so many bands do so much better in Europe.
Right.
Do you find that you have a bigger audience in Europe than you do in America?
Well, I don't know yet, because the first couple of records we were supposed to go, but we never really went. So this is my really first time going. So I'm getting ready to find out. But the fans of it everywhere, man. They're all over the place. So we're gonna find out.
Yeah. Now, what kind of shows are you doing? You doing festivals over there? Or are you just doing straight concerts?
I think we're doing. I know we're doing a couple of festivals that we got. They told us about early in August. We're supposed to hit something out there, but I think it's just clubs. We're just going to do. Go out and bang around with some bands out there and just have a good time and see what it's about.
Well, good for you. Now, I know the band came out your first album came out in 1990.
Yeah.
And you guys actually got signed by Clive Davis, correct?
Yes, sir.
Who signed Aerosmith.
He's been with a little bit of everybody.
A little bit of everybody.
Janis Joplin, everybody.
He's a pretty
serious cat.
That he is. So if he's got some ears and he signed you, that's a good thing. And you guys were off to a real good start. And like so many bands I talked to, and especially with your band, Every Mother's Nightmare, you guys came in on the tail end of the 80s, and you guys definitely had a that 80s look about you, and like so many of the 80s bands, once grunge came in, like overnight the shit was over. Do you ever look back and think, maybe we should have been, because I look at you now and you guys are straight up rock and roll looking,
right?
And
go
ahead, man.
But back in the day, there was sort of a formula that you kind of had to run by to get a deal back in the day. We called it, you had to have a ballad to be valid, and that's all, just kind of what it was. But I could never really considered us an 80s band because we had a real, we had some really twangy songs and just, a little different. We're just a rock band, we're just a grip it and rip it and swing it to the fence kind of thing,
Yeah. And it's a shame because there's a lot of bands that were just straight ahead rock bands that had that formula that got swept away, and it was like, wait a minute, these guys aren't hair metal bands, these are straight up rock bands. In fact, the number one band that comes to mind is Tesla, who I'm a big fan of. But luckily,
me too, man.
Yeah, and but luckily for them, they're still around. But I've talked to Jeff Keith many a times, and Jeff tells me, he's like, look, for a while there, we had to put on a little hairspray and that sort of thing to make it, get on MTV and all that sort of thing. Your first album, you guys hit the Billboard 200. I believe you went to number 146, which is very reputable for a debut album. Now, you guys, you kept out there for a while. You had another album in 93, which did okay. And then 2000, 2001, 2002. Then after that, there was really nothing for a while. What did you have to do? And I don't say this in any other way except that the music business sucks. So, you had to obviously probably weren't making a living off of being in a band anymore. You wake up one day and all of a sudden it's like shit.
Right.
Like nobody's coming to see us. Nobody's buying. You got to go back to everyday life. Is that what you did for a while?
Well, like you said, the music scene really changed a lot, for a while there. And, the trick to us is just staying together. There wasn't a whole lot of records during that time, but, we just had to scale down. We were just playing, clubs and anywhere we could, and writing and working on the craft, and learning, we kind of jumped into this whole deal with, we played 13 shows when I put the band together, and all of a sudden we had a big record deal and we're recording, and, we really wasn't even sure what we were about yet and what to do when we got there. So, we just took all that time and, had a lot of things happen, went through a lot of adversity, I guess you want to call it, or hard times, whatever, and learned and, gave us a lot of writing stuff to write about, seen a lot, and we just kept grinding away, man, and just kept pushing and pushing, and it's a big circle. It's coming back around, just trying to make it. You had to go back and do a little work, do some painting and things like that, but just to survive, because anybody that thinks you get into this business and you're automatically rich, that is that's just not the way it works, man. That's few and far in between. You just gotta love what you do, basically, and just love to get out playing in front of 10 people or 10,000 or 100, whatever. That's what we did, man. We just kept playing away and plugging away until they come back around.
And that's, I've talked to so many people that's what they tell me. They're like, look, you got to do it for the love first. And if, things aren't happening, it doesn't mean you go away. You keep out there grinding, pun intended.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
So what got you back into the studio to do Grind? Grind, your first release of that was an EP in 2015. And then last year, a full-length album. So what got you going in 2015 to record the EP and then in 2017 to do the full-length album? What was the push to say, hey, we got to get back out there full tilt?
Right. Well, we did a couple of records on Paris Records, a smaller independent label, and we were, just trying to make it through the rough time there. And finally, we got to the point where I had two of my guitar players, Travis Ruhl and Jeff Carr, and they were, starting families and getting married and stuff like that. So they were, doing their thing, and they were actually just going to leave the band. So I took the band, took a year off, and just broke the band all the way down. And me and Troy, my bass player, Troy Fleming, he's been with me going on 22 years, and we finally got to the point one day where people were calling and wanting to come and audition and play, and people want us to do shows and stuff. So we started putting the band back together, and we had Lonnie Hammer coming in on the drums, and then we had Travis Butler come in on guitar, and John Gunnery, and we practiced like 4 or 5 old songs the first day we were all together, and I think we played like a couple songs off the first record, and we decided right then, the chemistry felt good. It felt good playing, and that day we just said, man, let's write a record, and we just started writing away, and we put it all together, and we made it as an EP, and we were just playing clubs and playing little outdoor events and stuff, and selling it out of the trunk of the car, and we run into a buddy of ours, and he turned it on to Bill Chavis, which I'd known him for forever. He's, a good friend of mine, and he called me up and said, man, let's do a full-length record. So I threw 3 more songs on it, went to the studio and cut 3 more songs, and then put some 3 live songs on there, and then I figured we'd just throw a couple of videos on there, make it one big thing where, kind of catch up, put some old songs on there for the fans that's been there since the beginning, and some new songs, and, just a new package, and man, we're having a blast. we've been playing ever since then, and just rolling along, and the record's just taking off. It keeps getting bigger and bigger. So we're just riding it and playing and getting ready to re-release another record here for long, and keep on playing till we die.
There you go. I love that attitude. I love the people that, they're the troopers that keep it going.
You gotta love it, man. If you don't love it, then it's not really. Even when it's hard times, if you're getting to play music on a weekend or whenever, if you're getting to play in front of people and they're digging what you're doing and relating with you, like I said, if it's 10 people or 10,000, it's a beautiful thing, no matter what.
Yep, I agree. Now,
yes,
I also noticed that you have a guest appearance by Zach Myers of Shinedown, and I love Shinedown. They are one of my favorite newer bands, man. I love that band. Yeah. How did that come about?
Well, man, living in Memphis, Tennessee, Zach's been here, and I've known him since, I think I met him when he was actually 11 or 12, and he was playing his little guitar, and I had a studio down here in Memphis, and he used to come over. He would come out when we were playing and get on stage with us, and I think I was probably the first person to ever actually record him. He had a little blues band thing, and he was, an incredible guitar player at that age, and now he's just phenomenal.
Well, that sounds good, man. I will definitely come and see the band when you guys hit the New York area. Rick, I want to thank you. I wish every mother's nightmare the best, and I look forward to seeing you guys on the road.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you taking the time to talk to us, so thank you.
My pleasure, man. Talk soon.
All right, brother.
All right, bye.